Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us, we have the Sony SRF-M35. This is an AM/FM stereo digital Walkman radio. During this video, I'm performing an evening AM band scan. First score features, second I'll do a size comparison, and third I'll start cruising the evening band. So here it is, the classic Walkman M35. I actually love this little radio. It's a great little DXer. It sounds fantastic on FM stereo. Yeah, it's an all-around sleeper. So yeah, features, when you go to buy one of these, the main feature is cost, and it's affordable. You're going to find these running around 15 to 20 bucks on average, and that is great. And there's a multitude of these on eBay. So if you like what you see, you want to pick one up, you can check out the links below and get yourself one, because yeah, it's a pretty awesome radio. Loving it. Definitely got cool vibes going on. So let's go check out some features. So on the unit itself, it's more of a square style, as you can see. It's got this ridge that runs all the way around it. Very cool. Going to the front, you can see we got a display here with a short frequency, and also shows the clock when the power's off. Very nice to have a clock. I like that. You got 5 quick preset buttons, which is nice. You get 5 presets on AM and 10 on FM, because this band button here, as you cycle the bands, you have 2 FM and 1 AM. Over here we got a clock button. Press and hold it and you can set the clock. Use the tuning buttons here to adjust it. While the radio is on, if you tap the clock button, the radio will show the clock and then go back to the frequency. Yes, very smart for Sony to do that. Hold buttons just like a lock button, and then the power button, of course, turns it on and off. Walkman in orange, loving it. It's a cool style. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty awesome. Going to the back of the radio, or actually I should go to the side of the radio. We have some switches, FM sensitivity, DX, local, sweet, and then we go all the way around to the top side. They would call it the top side, sort of top. We have the headphone jack, FM stereo, and of course AM listening. Our volume control is analog. And on the back here, you can see there's a spot for a belt clip. And it's this guy. I took it off to make it easy to lay it flatter on the desk. I noticed that it was like rocking when I had this on there. So belt clip off, which is nice. You can take it off there. Fits right in that spot. Pretty easy. And over here we have our battery compartment, which is 2 AAA batteries. Now some of these little headset radios operate on one single AA, which is cool as well. So yeah, these are fun. All right, so let's go do a quick size comparison. We'll start cruising the band. All right, so we have in the house CC Pocket. Looks huge compared to it. That's cool. It's neat. This was made quite a while ago too. I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years ago? Definitely. Neat to see old tech versus sort of new tech. CC Pocket's been out for a little while. Same with the Skywave. This has been out for a little while as well. And I'll just zoom this up a little bit so you get the idea, the gist of the size. And last but not least, we do have a deck of cards over here, I think. Here we are, Iron Man. He's the man with a master plan. He loves Sony radios. Out of Japan. He's Iron Man. Though this might be made in China land. Is it made in China? I don't know. Yeah, made in China. Sony, shame on you. I mean, they made some great radios in Japan as well, of course. But there you go. Iron Man out. All right, cool. So we're going to hook this up to an external speaker source. I'm going to just lower this back down. Up close and personal. You'll see me spinning this radio around because the AM ferrite antenna is right here. And of course, you have to direct it towards the broadcasting station to get the best results. So what we're going to do for our speaker, so we can hear what's going on with this radio, is there's a GPX external speaker. You guys probably remember it who watch my channel. Those who don't, there's a close-up. There's the logo, GPX. It's oval shaped and it sucks. But it's great for a speaker source. So I use it for that. It works fantastic for these radios. So I'm going to go ahead, plug it in and turn that on. Turn it up, turn this on. Okay, I'll take the volume here. Here we are. So we're greeted with AM band, frequency, and again, clock button. Now that beep is heck of annoying. Turn that down a little bit. Use this volume more. So yeah, that beep doesn't go away. You can't turn that off, unfortunately. But yeah, clock. It's 11:29 p.m. That's Central Standard Time under Chicago, Illinois, USA, for the sake of the band scan. So you know my location and time. All right, add 5 hours for UTC. Okay, so 5:30. Today was pretty cool. I was picking up Cuba just at sunset. But I don't know if I'll pick up right now. I do hear music. Cool, we're picking up Cuba. 1,700 miles. Southeast. So I don't know if that's copyrighted or not, but there you go, Cuba. That's freaking cool. Though they broadcast much higher than here in the States. They're not limited to 50 kilowatts. They're probably 100, 200 kilowatts. So that's probably why we're picking them up, but it's fantastic that we're able to pick them up. An island out in the Caribbean. Okay, I gotta adjust these volumes. Here we go.
On Monday, granted Kansas, along with 18 other states, stay.
540 WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin, 70 miles, 400 watts to the north.
Three years ago, I believe it was, maybe 3.5 years ago, ordered that.
University City, Edwardsville, Manchester, Wood River, Grafton, and the world.
Streaming live at KTRS.com.
Depend. The Frank and Jill Show.
The Farmer on the next Frank and Jill Show. We're live at Westport Plaza for the Salvation Army Toy Drive. Plus, restaurant historian.
So I don't know if you heard that. They did say KTRS.com, but KTRS is the call letters, 550. This is St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles to the south-southwest. 5,000 watts at night.
Until the top of the hour, 800-941-SEAN, if you want to be a part of the program. If you believe in guns.
Here's 560 WIND, Chicago, Illinois, local.
At shooting and safety without...
Dynamic answer, yes, I know. Yes, in the sense that, he recruits very good players, tries to put them in positions where they can see and let them play. People in certain positions rolling the ball.
Okay, I think this is KXSP, Omaha, Nebraska. 405 miles coming out of the west here. This is 5,000 watts at night.
And they were very good. The thing that I don't see is this really good. You got Jovic and you got Heine Hawkins that you're trying to figure out more shots and opportunity for them too. So yeah, you do have more youth just waiting for their opportunities. But yeah, for Jimmy Butler, it would be weird to see him in another uniform. Whereas what's
Okay, so this is, I think they did a program flip or a letter change maybe. This used to be KCSP 610, Kansas City, Missouri, 400 miles, 5,000 watts. I believe they flipped, so I'll put a little pop-up here of the station call letters now. I think they went FM, and they might be getting rid of 610. So something to keep in mind, the 610 might open up for somebody else to grab.
1 year in the Sixers and he had to go. It's been 6 years of my in the final.
In other words, I sit down and say, hey, listen, I was thinking about raising my hand for this other position. I didn't.
Here's 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 52 miles, 10,000 watts to the north.
I want to climb here at Company XYZ. So,
Okay, that's 630 CFCO, Chatham, Ontario. 310 miles, 6,000 watts to the northeast. We're actually picking it up even though the antenna is facing still away from it. But as I turn it, it should get stronger.
Opening fire at the squad car as the officers drove away.
Okay, this is 640. This is WMFN, Peatone, Illinois, in this direction. 75 miles, 1,600 watts. I think we're getting a little bleed through from 650 and 630.
Taking the stand this week, revealing.
And that direction is WOI, Ames, Iowa. 265 miles, 1,000 watts to the west.
New administration. I'm treating us helpful.
Simply superior Springer Mountain Farms chicken for you and your family to enjoy. Join the flock at SpringerMTN.com to locate the store.
Join the flock.
Simply superior Springer Mountain.
I love it. Man, this is awesome. Living in Tennessee must be fun. WSM, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles south.
Frozen food aisle. Always great care and great taste. Experience the Springer Mountain Farms difference today.
All right, here we go. In the association, 2 teams punched their ticket to the...
So 670 is really punching through here. 660 would be WFAN. If we had the selectivity on this radio, it suffers a little bit, but not too bad. During the day, it suffers worse. Like 670 will be on 650. So since we got strong station on 650, it kind of bounced 670 away. But this is 670 coming in.
Thunder 90, the Maverick 73 at the horn. That's the Thunder Radio Network. Isaiah Joe beat the clock for 3 of his 9 points on the night. That shot was one of 20.
670 the score, WCR Chicago, home of the Cubbies.
Game high, 39 points. SGA also added 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. They will play the winner of the Rockets Warriors.
And we could probably pick up CJOB in this direction, 850 miles, but again, 670 is punching through here. Might be getting a hint of it.
Atrocious things that I've ever seen. You have these entire hillsides, these ridges and stuff, filled with these solar panels that, on either farmland or, where they...
2 stations here. There's CKGM, Montreal, Quebec, 763 miles this direction. This direction, I'm not sure what we're picking up here. If I do, I'll put a little pop-up. If not, maybe you guys can figure it out.
And one of the things that they're not studying, a reality, and more states jump on this, and people jump on.
Oh, okay, that was bleed through. So you guys want to figure that out. If you did, sorry. 700 WLW was bleeding through to 690. Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles. I should have thought of that. 700 is a pretty strong station.
Glass, those rays are going to be bouncing off of that back up into the atmosphere. What is that going to do as far as climate change and that over the...
Friday and then 9 to 5 Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, that's great.
They may be able to point him in the right direction or, help him somehow.
Right.
It's one idea.
Yeah.
Raleigh James Show on WGN 720, Chicago, local.
Field.
Right. eBay definitely. There's a lot of stuff. Looking at one right now.
Yeah.
So of course you never know what you get, but if it's DOA or just doesn't work well, eBay will always side with you. You missed that.
Cool. Awesome music from CFZM, Toronto, Ontario, Zoomer Radio, 460 miles to the northeast.
I don't know what they say is.
Memory more details. Of attacks within Syria launched by the U.S. Aimed at remnants of Al-Qaeda.
So here's WSB, Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles to the southeast.
Spoke publicly about the situation in Syria on
the exact same argument, but now applied to a different context. Yesterday,
WJR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles to the east.
Daniel Penny was protecting people on a subway from the predations of a mentally ill, deeply schizophrenic...
What happened on Friday was they couldn't reach a verdict on him.
This recognition is a testament to our commitment.
That's the point at which the defense lawyer asked for a mistrial, and that request should have been granted.
So there's a little narrow spot here where I can keep the radio positioned to pick up 770 WABC, New York, New York. 750 miles to the northeast. Very cool.
WNBA superstar says she has white privilege and her Time Athlete of the Year piece, adding that the WNBA is built.
Feature. Enjoy Antioch this weekend. Come discover why Sherman's Travel named Antioch the #1.
WBBM News Radio, Chicago local. They have old-time radio between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. on Monday through Fridays. Pretty awesome. Get a whole hour of it at night, and I'm a night owl, so I listen to it.
Come for the afternoon or enjoy an extraordinary night out. Follow Antioch on Facebook for fun events all year long, including Santa at the Sawmill and next month.
Antioch, what? I can get to Antioch pretty easy.
Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. This is for 44.
Somebody like that snap. How does that happen? And then how do you catch it? There's a fine line between parenting and I gotta tell you, as a parent of two daughters, I don't know that I got that right. In some cases, I enabled. My wife and I enabled her kids.
WBAP, Fort Worth, Texas, 810 miles southwest. Very cool. And if I turn it to the northwest, southeast direction, I'm picking up the southeast station, WCPT, Willow Springs, which is a left-wing station.
And we want to parent our kids, but we don't want to enable them.
Yeah, that is like really having a
800-927 is the phone number. My name is Jeff, Westside Jeff.
And there's a third station. There's some music. Ethnic music of some kind.
Not adulted, if you will. I don't know if that's a word, but adulted.
This would be WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, it does come in 310 miles to the west. Usually it's not a problem, but lately, conditions can affect it a little bit. I don't know if it's their transmitter or not, but I've had it where their station's been pretty weak. I would say this whole year, actually, 2024. Yeah, right now we're in December of 2024. You can hear them. A little hint of them.
Diesel problems. For example, product claims without proof. Every trucker on the road has heard product claims about an additive.
WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky. This is Ground Zero right now, and then Coast to Coast comes on between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. A lot of you guys know that and listen to it religiously. I kind of skip through it a little bit. I tend to not listen to it as much as I used to because of all the ads. You guys agree? Let me know. Because the ads on that thing, man, is getting more and more ads than there is them talking. So, I don't know. Just me.
The test showed a 3.6% increase.
But if you see a guy who's already concerned about his stats, what are you doing importing that?
Okay, this is KOA, Denver, Colorado, 890 miles to the west.
Creating some of those characters was a primary focus when it came out.
Pour moi, ça a été vraiment une rencontre de rêve là, avec Jacques Gostin parce que...
Il y a un souci du détail.
Audio sounds good on this radio, by the way. So if you pick one up, I mean, like I said, $15-20. It's a perfect headset radio to buy secondhand. This is CJBC, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles to the northeast.
J'ai vraiment beaucoup d'émotions quand je lis.
Got some intro music to something there. WWL, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles. They got kind of a warble on their frequency of late.
Kudos, Rich. I was listening this morning to KVTA, and the replacement for the morning guy that was injured did a deep dive on the young man that shot the Thompson. He found out interesting things. Apparently, he's got 9 siblings, one of 10, and he's, of course, wealthy, and all of that was true.
Interesting. The other night, I tuned this in, and I was expecting WHSQ, the replacement of WCBS that we all know about, but instead I got KRVN, which was pretty cool, Lexington, Nebraska. So this is probably WHSQ, New York, 750 miles northeast.
He blamed the insurance companies, apparently, for not letting them for paying for a redo on that. Well, once it's bolted down, and he's of course wealthy, and all of that was true, but he also had some kind of a sports injury that caused him to be fit on the L5. He's got to step over a third of his foot. Spondylolisthesis. It's known as slipping vertebral nerves, and once those transverse processes are supposed to
Man, this sounds like a science class, Archie, but I get the point. This guy's mad because of something that...
Insurance companies, apparently, for not letting them...
Okay, they did the same program. I was trying to figure out if I was getting bleed over from 890. I wasn't, because 890 is pretty selective. I mean, I have to actually turn it to hear it. Usually it goes nulls out this direction. Okay, cool. So that was definitely New York. This is Chicago, 890 WLS, and they're broadcasting the same thing.
And it pinches the nerves, and once those transverse processes that are supposed to prevent...
Man, this sounds like a science class, Archie, but I get the point. This guy's mad because of something that happened with...
Cool.
XM Channel 8.
What is all the crying, whining, and complaining about from Alabama fans? Alabama is the only team in college football to have 3 losses while ranked in the top 10. That's why I keep telling you guys, they didn't get the sack. They got exactly...
Okay, sounds like a southern station to me, if you guys know what this is.
Weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC network. Focus on your energy,
CBW, Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles northwest.
Biggest deal ever? Go to astound.com to order internet.
Which is interesting because it's right next to 1000 WMVP Chicago local coming out of the southeast.
Fast, reliable, fiber-powered internet means better streaming.
Where are you from, or why don't you get out? And they think this is mostly because of a lot of the rhetoric that has arisen over the last little while.
I think this is 1010 CFRB, Toronto, Ontario. Rarely do I get WINS. The only time I think I get that is if CFRB is down.
Talk to the people, there seems to be a bit more attention being paid to Indian temporary residents in particular.
You know, I think you're right. Your second point there is right. The left is always trying to...
1020 KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles.
They really are. As if it's okay. It's okay if it's because it's against...
Illness. They say it's okay to leave the light on, but make sure it's not white. It needs to be red or amber. Those colors are warm and soothing and support the best sleep. I'm Bree Tennis.
Traffic and weather next.
You're thinking, how does North Country Smokehouse do it? Always the best tasting meat on the whole wide grill. How can it be organic and...
WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles northeast.
Certified humane and organic on the label and wondered if the flavor would be there.
How are we going to communicate this? We don't want to carry around a mouse, right? So what are we going to do?
Here's WHO, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles west.
No. Who wants a stylist?
I don't want the government involved. But Todd, thank you for your call, brother. I appreciate it. Shout out to you and everybody in WGKA country. Let us continue. I want to go to Nancy in Ottumwa, Iowa, listening on KBIZ, KBIZ. Go for it, Nancy.
Okay. So this is WLIP, Kenosha, Wisconsin, 30 miles to the north, 250 watts.
That work because you're not Dell. Use prior learning or relevant experience to earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's and graduate.
KYW, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles to the northeast.
You'll find everything from online to hybrid courses, lifetime career science.
In my lifetime, I've probably seen about 3 or 4 people that had done.
Here's WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles to the east.
One guy couldn't believe they found him in a daze walking around the field, and there's no way anybody could have survived that car accident.
There's no better way. You get yourself a black snake, turn that bad boy loose,
Don't freak out. It's not poisonous. Every time you see it, it's not going to bother you. Turn that bad boy loose. Rats, mice, gone. And not only that, the snakes will find the nest. So what happens, you get the mouse, you get the rat, but there's a whole nest of all those little buggers in there. The black snake will find that and kill all them too. Watch this. Chris said, don't they only eat like once a week? But look how, it's not, well, it's kind of, let me explain.
I think this is KFAB, Omaha, Nebraska, 405 miles.
But they will eat more often if opportunities present themselves. When it comes to snakes, people...
And when forced to by floodwaters that washed out a bridge, he forded a river on horseback to meet constituents at a set time and place. When stuck in water...
Here's KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles.
Constituents at random to gauge voter sentiment. Known for his scrupulous honesty.
Yeah, I like the chaos. You got bullied into that meeting. You got bullied into that call.
It's 51 or so. And
here's 1140 WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles. If you're wondering why I'm not hovering on some of these, because they're rebroadcasts of coast to coast, and they do copyright their stuff.
And she has no response.
More towards Siberia. This also may have a reason.
30 years old, and his cancer was terminal. He'd been raised by
Here's local WYLL, Hope for Your Life, Chicago Christian Radio.
him and his wife. I shared your sermons, and particularly those from James Warren.
The women that he lusted after in that college. And I thought, what? And he said, yeah. He said, when I come down here with Brother Chris, me and Brother Chris, we just...
Discomfort and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess.
This is Wham, 1180, Rochester, New York, 545 miles. Picking up everything with this radio. Love it. Yeah, I know in the evening all these radios can wake up, but hey, a little $15 digital radio Walkman, you can DX with it at night. Put your headphones on and have a ball. Stay away from LED lighting. My lighting you see on the desk here is all incandescent.
Your wallet's new BFF is Advantage Credit Union. WRTO, Chicago.
That's a good thing. No start forming in class at all because it will disrupt the kids.
WPHT, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles. Now I'm just going to cruise with the band.
The curriculum on the cell phones. The attention is already...
Even if it wasn't a quote-unquote practical alliance, what are your thoughts on Israel joining NATO?
Yeah, it's been discussed for many, many decades.
Much work was put into the $750 million restoration project that just the scrubbing alone.
I think it's at WSDZ, St. Louis.
They restored the line.
Ils sont là, on dépense des milliers d'argent pour des instruments de guerre, tu vois, et puis à la fin qui va nous détruire, nous hommes.
Okay, CFMB, I believe, Montreal, Quebec, 763 miles.
Dieu nous dit, accrochons-nous, entrons dans le sanctuaire de Dieu, dans la présence de Dieu. Faisons une rencontre avec le Christ vivant ce matin. Faisons une rencontre avec l'homme de Galilée.
Visit our website at cityhammer.com or come and see our beautiful showroom at 1323 Southwest N7 Carson Warehouse District. And don't forget, if you can think of it, we can do it.
You won't find political correctness here. Bold conservatism and faith. Freedom 95.9 and AM 1290.
And we'll turn to him for his knowledge from the Heritage Foundation and more.
I'll see if I can look that up. I'll put a pop-up here if I'm wrong. But I have WHIO, Dayton, Ohio, 280 miles. And they would be conservative, I would imagine. So, cool.
Have a good night.
It's being brought to you East 1310 WIBA.
So Madison, Wisconsin, we're picking up. 1310 WIBA.
But many can't breathe freely.
About 72 miles to my northwest. You can find a lot what they call this the graveyard part of the band. And tonight's a good night. I'm actually hearing quite a bit.
No way. He's better than Mahomes as a talent. Andrew Luck couldn't do that. 6'6", huge arm, 255, and produced 400 plus yards again.
Be found and turn away from the dark.
Stack on.
I gave them thousands.
Learn more at cdc.gov.
Folks, find us over at Substack, Chapter and Verse. Go and subscribe. YouTube, Facebook, like, and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow.
WMBD, Peoria, Illinois. They have Coast to Coast as well. Everybody has Coast to Coast at night.
Beacon is celebrating 50 years, and the deal-making man is showing.
To those who lost everything in the flooding. The price of a stamp went up this year, and the United States Postal Service announced that
Prices of stamps go up every freaking year. Am I right? Am I right? It's like, okay, we're going to take another nickel. It's like, what the frick? You're nickel diming us to death on those things. No wonder why people do everything online electronically. Anyway, that's me ranting. Rant off. WLAC, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles south. Even though I'm pointing the radio north, that little antenna, of course, is bidirectional.
To send that card, and that's not including the actual card.
Hands-on experience and the opportunity to see your work make a real difference in the community. Visit Lunar Foundation.
WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles. What a weird station. Sometimes it's booming, sometimes it's not. It's strange.
A California wildfire burning out of control.
So here's 1540 KXEL, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles to the west.
Malibu, as the Franklin fire burns through more than 20...
Not sure what station that is. Interesting. That's CHHA, Toronto, Ontario.
The New York Yankees agreed to an 8-year deal with left-handed pitcher Max Fried from the Braves.
He allegedly yelled several times for the woman to look at him.
Praise God. I praise God for the blessings that He's giving you through Relevant Radio. How beautiful.
Relevant Radio, Sussex, Wisconsin. Fairly local.
Thank you for the suggestion. I appreciate it.
You're most welcome, Diane. God bless you.
I think this music here is WQLR, Kalamazoo, Michigan. 137 miles, 1,000 watts to the east here.
For best fantasy performances by a quarterback in the last 20 years.
WOZN, Madison, Wisconsin. 77 miles to the northwest, 1,000 watts at night.
Do I have the list? I have the list. All right.
They cut off that song. I don't know if I remember it stopping like that. WPRR, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 140 miles. Music here, I believe, is Lexington Park, Maryland, 685 miles on WPTX.
No, the best performance I had was against Miami in September of 22 for 13 all time. Or at least which is impressive, but it's not.
Okay, so the predominant station coming through here is a Hispanic speaker. It's KKLF, Richardson, Texas, 790 miles to the southwest. Now, the cool thing about that is because I got the call letters the other night on 1700, which was amazing. And yeah, that blew me away. And then, of course, KBGG, Des Moines, Iowa, is this way 280 miles.
Against Washington, they won 59-28.
Bueno, cuando yo nací, perdí a mi mamá, recién nacido, entonces
So you can hear her mixing. Cool, we're done. I didn't realize I was running this long. 35 minutes, what? Let's go ahead and turn this off. There we are, unplug this thing. Turn off my GPX. Don't want to run those 4C batteries down. Yeah, cool. So there it is, a Sony SRF-M35 in the evening. Does a great job. Look at that. It's almost midnight in my area, Chicago. So yeah, definitely worthy of a pickup. Go get yourself one. Have some fun. If you like the Walkman series and you're a fan, you know, you'll like this radio. This is a lot of fun to tune with. The only thing I don't like about it is the beep. And I don't think there's a way to turn that off. That feature sucks. It's like, I know I'm hitting it, guys. I don't need it to tell me. Cool thing is about this radio, I forgot to show you. You can look at my daytime band scan. Is when you go up and down, if you press and hold the tuning button, it'll actually go fast down the band. No mute on tuning, so you can actually hear. It sounds like one of those ghost radios, you know, where it's like snippets of audio as it goes. So you can make your own little ghost radio out of it. If you want to have fun. Anyway, entertainment purposes only. But there you are, the Sony M35. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you like it. 2, if you like Sony, subscribe to the bell icon, get notified of future reviews, comparisons, band scans, all that fun stuff. And 3, comment below if you think you'd be picking one of these up in 2024, 2025, and beyond. Let me know. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.